So, how did you get your Busch Series ride with Dale Jr.'s team?
Funniest thing was I was on a golf course playing golf, and I got a phone call, and I answered the phone, and it was Dale Jr. And he was like, "Hey, Andy, how you doing?" I said, "Hey, Dale, I'm doing great. How you doing?" I said, "I'm just playing golf here." He said, like, it was like, so, I think he said, "So what are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm playing golf." And then it was like, and he said, "Have you got a minute?" And I said, I'm playing golf, but he said, "Well, it's kind of important." And I said, "Oh, well, no, okay, then go ahead. What's going on?" And he said, "Well," he said, "I just want to know if you wanted to have a ride in, I think it would be a Nationwide car at that point." He said, "I want to know if you want to drive a Nationwide car." And I was like, "Oh my God, are you kidding?" He said, "No, I just want to know." I said, "Yeah, I'd love to." Ooh. And he said, "All right." He said, "So call me back. So call me back when you start playing golf or whatever, but we'll talk." I said, "Oh yeah, no, I'm in." Like that was it. So that was it.
That's really cool. And how did it feel to represent the U.S. Navy in the Busch Series?
That's a great question, actually, because it meant an awful lot, and I met a lot of the Navy people. I mean, of course, it was just the two races. We almost pulled something off seriously in Canada, which was great in the first one. But it means an awful lot. I have a tremendous amount of respect. My father was in the Air Force in the Second World War, Ooh. And I just I have respect for people that put themselves in harm's way, and yeah. that's just a lot. And so it meant an awful lot to meet some of those people, and it just meant an awful lot, especially for somebody who was not originally born here. It was very, very meaningful to me.
That's good to hear. And what was qualifying for the Montreal race like?
Well, I've never been to that track. So the fact that, I don't know where I qualified, to be quite honest. You probably know better than me. But it was so different. I mean, the brakes, the tires, the engines, the power of the engine. I mean, I did half a day test of VIR in the car, so I had a little bit of time in the car, which was great. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, it was the pressure wasn't really there in the sense that I knew I could at least qualify. And I can't remember where I qualified, but I did, I just wanted to get some time in the car, don't make any mistakes, and keep learning, keep going, keep learning the car, because a lot of good drivers in that series, of course.
That's really cool. And what was
a lot of road course guys, a ton of road course guys up there, ton.
Yeah, there was
Boris said, Max Pappas. I mean, loads of Ron Fellows. I mean, tons of people. Along with the NASCAR regulars. So it was a great privilege. It was great. Andy Lally was there as well, I think. Yeah, it was great.
And Nick Janssen, if I remember right, as well.
Yeah, Nick was probably there as well. Yeah. Lots. I mean, lots. It was a whole. It was a who's who of racing, NASCAR and road racing, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've done research on that race for a number of years, and I learned that Harvick's win at the end of the race was kind of an upset, and the reason that was because everybody expected the road ringers to dominate with all the braking and all that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there was there was all kinds of controversy in the last part of the race with the last yellow, and I got turned around. Robbie Gordon was into it with somebody, and I mean, it was just, it was a typical Montreal mess on the restart. And unfortunately, I think I was leading on that last lap for about 200 yards before my tire had been flattened, and of course it went down. But I think I finished 15th, limping over the line with a flat tire. But I was in the top 3 there for the last restart. So, yeah.
Yeah, and what was your reaction when all hell broke loose when Harvick accidentally wrecked Pruitt?
You mean at the very end?
Yeah, that it was like the last caution, I believe, of the race. And you found
the end of the caution. Yeah, I think it's hard to know because it's behind you. But from what I was told, Harvick got into the back of me, put me sideways, and I got into Marcus Ambrose, I think. something like that. It was something like that. So, but I don't know who hit what, where, and when. It was just a resultant for me was I think I got hit by Mark Zambro's car as he was getting hit by somebody else. It was one of those typical things going all over the place. And coming out of the middle of it was, I believe, Harvick ended up coming out best out of all that.
Yeah, because I believe Harvick went on to win the race.
Yes, I think so too. Yeah, yes, I'm pretty sure he did. Yes.
Yeah, and were you able to make it back to pit road to change the tire by the time the race ended?
No, I basically limped over the line with a completely flat rear tire. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that was hard.
Yeah, 15th I think I was. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And what did Junior tell you after the disappointing end to your run?
He was absolutely ecstatic, and actually so was I, because the fact that I was up in the top 3 was really good. I was so happy with that. And then Junior, and I was apologizing to Junior because I got hit, and he was like, "No, man, are you kidding? That was amazing. I was on the edge of my chair. It was incredible." Because, you know, we were right there in the top 3, and they were trying to sort out the mess after the yellow, and after the crash to cause the yellow, and it ended up, I think I started 3rd or whatever in the restart, something like that. But it was just crazy. It was just crazy. But Junior was happy. He was super happy. Yeah, it was because it was, you know, it was a fun race, and he saw his car running up front. I think that was a good thing, and it was my first time, so in a car like that, and so it was. I was happy, to be honest with you, Doug.
I'm glad to hear that, and it's kind of like how Boris said almost won Daytona a couple years ago in his own car.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, right.
So that shows that anyone can win a NASCAR race if things go right.
I think any race, you have to have some luck, to be honest, Doug.
Yeah, for sure. The definition of luck in motor racing is luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah, I've heard that. I have heard that, and I would never argue with that.
Yeah.